Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got IUNI OS for Galaxy S3. It's a Chinese ROM. If you don't know what this is, I've actually downloaded the previous version like a long time back and actually forgot to do the review of. Now a new version is available, and a forum in XDA was there to remind me to make a video of it. So here it goes. So let's get into the ROM now. First of all, this is based on 4.3 official Samsung ROM. So this is going to be probably the most stable one which is there right now. So, but it is 4.3, so all the interpolation which comes with it is there. So here is the launcher, which is pretty cool. I mean, this is the stock launcher which comes. Okay, now this ROM does have a lot of features, I mean a lot of similarities to the MIUI series, because hey, this is a Chinese ROM and a lot of things which Chinese ROMs, basically I'm generalizing a lot, has MIUI kind of features. So you have no app drawer, your apps will appear here, so it will work. A lot of stuff which is similar to what you would see in an MIUI ROM is here, so you will get that. What else do we have? Let's go to the settings menu and see the about phone page. In the about phone, you can see it is 4.3. Baseband version is this, so I believe that is the latest version. I don't remember first, so I'm not really sure about it. You do have a system update. Being an officially supported ROM, you will be getting system updates periodically. It's like a month or so, I'm not really sure. So this is something which you will be getting, IUNI OS, so you'll be getting that. So there is no new version right now, and these updates are not 400, 500 meg update. These are 84 meg or 100 meg at most. So these are pretty cool. I mean, you will have a lot of versions. Now it is nice to note that it is beta. So it is still in beta by developers term, but this is really stable. I mean, this is based on 4.3. Samsung build, so it's going to be extremely stable, so no worries about that. What else do we have now? Boot animation. Okay, now let's, in the settings menu, this you can see it is a highly modified settings menu. You will have a lot of options here. WLAN, mobile networks, Bluetooth, shared heart, which is just for WLAN setting, and just tethering in general, so you will have that. Time and date settings similar to what you would have in any other ROMs, nothing special. Display options. In display option you can select the brightness and the sleep time, the screen wake time, bold. I'm not really sure what this does though. It's probably for these things. I mean, I'm not really sure about what that is. So you have that. Button light, you can actually light up this thing, or auto rotate, you can disable that. This is fairly minimalistic, and whatever, all the options of the Samsung ROMs are still here. So you can see the eye there, which is which is looking for my face to see if it needs to lock the screen or not. So that is a Samsung feature. It is available in this ROM, so that is not that is something pretty cool. Boot animation. Now this is something which I really like. You can actually change the boot animation by what you like. I mean, you can select a wallpaper and have it instead of this thing. That is really cool. And you can also change the text here with something which you may like. I mean, okay, I'll have that text, and next time I boot up, that text will be there. You can't change the this icon, but I'm sure some of you guys who knows how to fiddle around with APK files can find a way for that. So that is really cool. I mean, you can have a lot of stuff with this. So boot animation is something which I really like in this ROM, so it's a nice implementation. Sound and vibrate, similar features, same features as any other ROM. You have all of these things, vibration selection, ringtone, SMS selection, a lot of stuff. You do have wallpaper selection and stuff like that. You can have time lock screen wallpapers. These are the stuff with which it comes. You can add stuff from the gallery, so you can have that also. So that's pretty cool. Message push is this menu. I mean, This is notification settings. You can disable the stuff from coming into your notification bar. So that is it. So message push is that. You can also enable network speed in the notification. You can see it is showing 0. I don't really like that in there, but you can have that if you want to monitor stuff. Now, personal space. This is the accounts menu. Something which I really feel is forced is that you have to connect this phone to their services, that is IUNI services, without which you cannot use the phone a lot. I mean, you will be getting here a login every time you use the notification bar. That's not something which I really appreciate, because come on guys, I don't want to use, and furthermore it's in all Chinese. You cannot read it. I was using my Z3 as a translator with Google Translate to actually know what they meant by the different lines they wanted. So I had no clue about that. So that is a really shitty way of implementing things, but I'm not really sure about how that is. That is kind of a deal breaker for using this ROM phone, at least for me. So yeah, that is something there. So I don't want to get too much into that, but that is something there. The account login or account sign up for this service is a really bad experience. So yeah. In the advanced settings, you will find most of the other settings which are available in any other phone. It's in advanced settings, but the way I feel that is that this ROM is not meant for power users. This is meant for someone who some person who knows their stuff to set it up and give it to some other person who doesn't really know a lot of stuff and just work with it. So that is really cool. This is a beautiful ROM, but I'll get into this later. So yeah, just there. You have VPN settings. You can select VPN. You have to have lock screen for VPN, NFC, location services, SIM toolkit, languages. Now, first things first. Languages. Now this has 2 languages. So system language is Chinese and English. I believe that is Chinese. I have no idea. So that is one thing which is there. I'll show you when you boot up the phone. This thing is not the first thing you'll see. You'll see a setup process. Click next. You have no selection for the languages. Now that would have been cool if the language setting was available in the first page. No, you have to go to the advanced settings, then figure out where the hell is the language and input settings, because there is no icon. Normally on the ROM, the languages input has an A or a globe or something like that. It doesn't have this, so you will have to parry. If you are going to try this ROM and you want English, go to when you boot into this homepage menu, the last option. Now go down, second last option, and now the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth option is the language options, and then you can select the languages. Just a tip for you guys. So yeah, you have a lot of options there. Apps. Now apps is in the advanced settings. I'm not really sure why that is. You can select them. Pretty cool. I mean, it has a lot of themed elements to it. Even the app selection menu like this is themed, extremely themed. I mean, yeah, this is not the normal way we see things. So yeah, pretty cool. Battery options. You do have an option to enable the battery saving, CPU power saving mode. You can enable that. It's kind of similar to the S3's battery saving mode. Now the battery life is pretty good for a stock ROM. That doesn't mean that stock ROM is the best. I mean, stock ROM is supposedly the best battery giving ROM for the S3, of course, but this is pretty good for a stock ROM. That means it's not the best out of a stock ROM. This does drink out the battery, possibly because of the white screens and all, because it is an AMOLED screen and white does take extra battery rather than a black theme. So yeah, that's something there. Account settings, again, you can select add an account other than the other IUNI accounts, you can enable that. You have to flash the GApps first. I haven't flashed the GApps because I wanted to use the normal services. Development options, accessibility, extra, all of these things are available. So yeah, I really appreciate the developer options right here, because if you are going to use debugging, you can have this working. So that is something there. Backup and reset, etc. These are available there. Pretty cool. So that is it in the settings menu. Yeah, it was kind of a rant, but it's something which I felt needed to be addressed about. So yeah. The camera. Now the camera is stock Samsung camera, so you will have all the goodies like quick shots and stuff like that. So that is pretty cool. And I really like these stock camera on Samsung phones because they take the full advantage of it. I'm kind of feeling towards bashing Samsung for not releasing anything, because you cannot use another ROM and have the full benefits of the camera and battery life and stuff like that. So that's really bad. Yeah, gallery app, you have a gallery app, so it's all themed. So that's something which I want to tell you about. It is all themed. Now the thing which I was going to talk about, this does not have a theme chooser. That is kind of strange for a Chinese ROM. I mean, most Chinese ROM, that is the thing which made it different from all the other ROMs back in the days, of course. Chinese ROMs normally have a theme chooser and have an extensive library of themes. This does not. You are stuck with this theme, but in defense, this is a very, very beautiful, very minimalistic, kind of like an iOS type theme, which I'm sure a lot of people will be liking this, because yeah, this is a really, really good, beautiful theme. So yeah, pretty cool. Now a few stuff which I really like is that the calendar shows the actual date and the clock shows the actual time. So that is something which I really appreciate. You can see the seconds hand moving, so the icon shows the actual time and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. You do have a privacy setting. You have an interceptor, which is kind of like an call blocker and stuff like that. You have app manager. Weather actually does not work with any other country rather than China, so yeah, doesn't really matter. Now something which I really like about this is that the notification panel does not have the quick tiles in them. Quick tiles are not available here. Quick tiles are more available when you long press the home button. You will get the quick tiles with this. These are not customizable, so yeah, tough luck there. And these are the apps which are coming. So you just enabled the flashlight, you can disable that. Yeah, these can be swiped away or swiped down to lock. I'm not really sure why you would lock it. Maybe if you use a third-party application to clear all the apps, these will be saved, so you can actually flick it away and just have it. I would have liked a close all button, because that is kind of important. It can be useful for a lot of stuff, so yeah. So I guess that much is it. I'll show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty cool. Again, really beautiful theme and stuff like that. Let's just restart. Yeah. The stock shutdown animation. So here is the boot animation, which is just simple. This is just a picture. You probably could have heard the voice or the sound. You could have seen the text which I typed in manually, and that was available. Now with the wallpaper, there was an option to select a wallpaper. The wallpaper is kind of alpha. I mean, that is translucent wallpaper. So I wasn't able to make it solid or something like that. So I'm not really sure if that will work extremely well for a lot of people. But it's there if you want it. So that's really cool. So yeah, let me show you guys the Antutu benchmark score, which was kind of expected. I mean, it's not a performance ROM. It is a very, very small ROM. I mean, I'll show you guys the Antutu benchmark. So as you can see, the score is about 24,000, which is kind of on the higher side. I was getting about an average of 23,500 or 23,700, which is, well, kind of expected for this ROM, because it is based on 4.3, which doesn't have all the optimizations of 4.4 or anything like that. So it is going to be that. It's not a performance oriented phone ROM right now, and it is going to have these kind of scores. So yeah, not bad for this. pretty cool. What else do we have now? Yeah, something which I really noticed is that the toast animation is from the top. So yeah, just so you know. So the conclusion is that this is a very beautiful ROM for a very modest amount of people, because a lot of people who are going to flash ROMs in their phone is not going to be using this kind of a ROM, which doesn't really give a lot of options to tinker with. But if you are going to give this to a person who is going to use this as their daily driver, this is a really stable ROM for it. And with the OTA updates, you will be guaranteed to have all the new features of that ROM, I mean at least IUNI ROM, in this phone. So that is really cool. So yeah, I guess how much is it about the ROM. Hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.